So the biggest news I've seen today, which hasn't gotten nearly the attention it deserves, is when Senator Joe Manchin told a Fox News reporter that he has had no conversations with the Biden administration since his last interview with Fox News. Take a listen.
There's been no conversations after I made my statement. I think it's basically, and I was very clear. I feel as strongly today as I did then. I'm really not going to talk about Build Back Better anymore because I think I've been very clear on that. There is no negotiations going on at this time.
All right. No negotiations going on this time. So, folks, first of all, good for Senator Manchin for holding his ground. Second, I told you, the guy's not going to cave. I fully expect him in the next couple of days to tell us all that he intends to save America and kill the bill. I'm just waiting for that. Now, this high-tax, high-spend woke monstrosity is going nowhere. And all these phony baloney political writers who say otherwise are wrong. Like the Axios report yesterday that breathlessly said Manchin is really negotiating on a child tax credit. Blah, 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 blah. No, he's not. That there was a Democratic leak to Axios, pure baloney, and Axios should know better than to fall for that stuff and publish it. Unless, of course, they're pushing their own little woke BBB, big government socialist agenda themselves. Is that what they really want? I thought these were independent journalists. Anyway, the point I'm making is not only has Joe Manchin been heroic, he is also loyally representing the voters of West Virginia. Some recent polling shows that West Virginians oppose the big government socialism bill. Nearly 2/3 of them believe the bill would lead to higher costs for gas and groceries. Senator Manchin's job approval has gone up 7 points to 59%, and he is doing the Lord's work. And he offered a deal to Chuck Schumer last summer, and Schumer dissed him. They both signed on the bottom line of a very good memo, and then Schumer walked away, essentially lied. Schumer doesn't want workfare. He hates fossil fuels. He loves high taxes, except, of course, when it comes to New York's salt tax. He loves regulation. He's a leading figure in a socialist state, and he pretty much does whatever Congresswoman AOC tells him to do. Manchin, meanwhile, has not changed his position one iota. Now, Schumer thinks he's going to break the filibuster rule with a vote maybe next week. But that's going to fail because Manchin and Senator Kyrsten Sinema are against it. And all that pushes another go woke, go broke Biden bill vote further and further out, probably into February, no matter what Schumer says. Which means Joe Biden's going to have to make the case for his go woke, go broke when he addresses Congress and the rest of the country in his State of the Union address in late January. And that means his already sinking popularity is going to sink even more. By the time we hit Valentine's Day, Biden's approval may be in the mid-20s, about the same as the temperature outside. And Triple B still won't pass. Because the people of West Virginia are not going to change their mind. Good, hard-working, traditional conservative values folks that they are. And I love the deplorables. I love Manchin. And I still like this entire story. That's right. I like it. Save America. Kill the bill.